This is Brain in the Dustbin, and I'm Mike, and I will be for the foreseeable future. If you don't know who I am or why I'm here, I will stick a link underneath pointing you, or up there or wherever they happen, pointing you towards the introductory video I did last week. But the long and short of it is, I'm a long-term agoraphobia sufferer, and I feel that putting my story on YouTube is not only going to help me, it's also going to help others. For today, I've been bunged in the shed because we have people staying, but you know, we'll deal with it. So I'll see you after this little bit now. Be warned that even though this is the first proper video, it probably is going to get quite heavy quite quickly. That's because obviously, I mean, we're going to be bouncing around in the storyline or whatever, but I thought we may as well start at number one, which was the morning I woke up. I mean, that morning I woke up, there was nothing particularly special about the night before, the week before, months before. There was nothing special. I had a very stable home life. I've got brilliant parents, very supportive in everything I did. Might be a failing of theirs, really. I had great friends, still do have great friends. I had a great girlfriend at the time as well. Stable home life, stable work, great hobbies. I was playing in bands, skateboarding. Those were the two main things I was doing. Going to the pub with your friends. Nothing special. Nothing stuck out from anything else that your average person would do. Okay, I played in bands and done a lot of driving around and touring, but apart from that, everything was pretty identical to what you'd expect. So yeah, I was working in central London. At the time I was living in a place called Woodford, which is East London, Essex border. So you wouldn't say Essex, you'd more say East London, because it was still London Borough. It was at the wrong end of the Central Line, and every day was a commute into Covent Garden or Carnaby Street, depending where I was located at the time. Very chill job. Skate shop, a couple of different skate shops, listen to your own music, great bunch of people to work with. I won't name any of them, but you know who you are, you were great people. So again, there was nothing there I can really pinpoint. There was no stress. It was basic management roles. Open a shop, make sure the money's there, sell stuff. So the stress was limiting. The main stress of the job was being on the Central Line to work and home from work. If you don't live in London, and I'm sure many of you don't, the tube is the most compressed, stressful place you can be. Like, imagine being a sardine, and then imagine that sardine has to do it isn't dead, you're alive, and you spend, it was up to an hour to and from every day, packed into the tiny little thing, racing down tunnels surrounded by people with no respect for you, basically, for you as a living human being. It's a very antiquated system, and it still is, and I feel sorry for the people that still have to rely on it for commuting. But that was the most stressful thing. I'd say that was the most stressful thing about the job. Like I said, I was a skateboarder, so we'd go out after work, we'd go skateboarding. We travel around London on our boards, check out different spots, really chilled, good time with good people. Often we'd just skate home. I'd meet up with my local friends, we'd go skating. So again, all very chilled, no stress. I was a musician. Well, I say I was a musician. I played guitar in bands. That's about as high up as my musician status goes. But we were in the middle of recording a split EP with another band called Captain Everything, and we were recording for that and chilling out. I mean, that was up in Northampton. We were recording. Again, everything was very chilled. I cannot pinpoint anything in those things where stress would have come from anywhere, where I could pull anxiety and say, oh, it was directly related to that. At least that's what I thought. I also had a girlfriend at the time who lived out in Essex. Getting to hers meant going to the other end of the central line from work, closer to where I lived, and then getting in the car for a, say, 20-minute journey to a house, nice house in the countryside, again, very relaxed. So I think you get the point that I'm coming to here. I didn't have a care in the world. I really didn't. I was earning money. I was living at home, so any money you earn is your money. Nice girlfriend, great hobbies, great people surrounding me. So again, not being able to pick anywhere that was a stressful situation. So that morning that I woke up and I felt odd, really odd. It's not quite like how you feel when you've got anxiety. It wasn't that. There was just something that felt wrong and different. So I open my eyes, I'm in bed one morning, I wake up and I feel something niggling at me, like, oh, I've got a cold coming, or oh, I've got stomach upset or something. But it weren't symptoms you can think of. It was in my head. I felt almost like something was gnawing at my mind, like I'd forgotten something, like it was like I'd woken up thinking it was Saturday, but it was Monday and I had to go to work. But it wasn't. It was a day off, and stress wasn't there yet. It wasn't a stressful feeling. It was something gnawing at the back of my mind, saying, "Pay attention to me. Pay attention to me." So anyway, you think, oh, it can't be anything. I'll get up and I'll get ready to go out, meet friends, whatever you do on your day off. So anyway, I get ready, phone up a few mates, decide I'm going to meet a few mates for a skate, maybe a couple of pints later, just the average thing. So I go, get ready, go out, open the front door, feel a bit dreamy for no reason. I just put it down to underlying illness, or so it just felt a bit like a hangover. So I was like, okay, I'll go out. So I went out, and the whole day I just felt a bit uncomfortable, but put it to the back of my mind. I didn't analyse it and think, oh my god, I feel really weird, I'm never going to do anything again. But I put it back to the back of my mind, went out, went to the pub, came home, still felt a bit odd, but it was like, okay, we won't think anything of it. I've got work the next day, suppose I've got to go to work, whatever, go to bed. Next day, wake up, feel infinitely worse, but for absolutely no reason again. Didn't have any dreams. If it's something that was really nagging at me, but something that was saying to me, stay in bed, don't go out. But you ignore that because you've got work. Very few people, and even though I love my job now, I still don't wake up going, yay, I got work. So you just go, alright. So I got up, had breakfast, I went to go out at time to leave for work, and I went to open the front door, and I just felt like I could not open the front door. I just felt like something awaited me on the other side of that door, and that was me gone. It was whatever it was the end for me. And I felt awful. Just had my hand on the door to open it, and I just could not bring myself to open the door. And I just could not do it. So by this time I'm the only one in the house. Everyone else has gone to work. Mum and Dad have gone to work. Brother's somewhere, probably his girlfriend's. So I was like, well, I'll have a 10-minute sit down. Sat down for 10 minutes, feeling awful, feeling like I was going to die, and had no idea why. So anyway, 10 minutes passes and I go back to the front door. This front door is the bleakest thing in the world. I can't touch it. I don't want to touch it. It's like, it's Alright, imagine the Dementors in Harry Potter, and that's the most random thing to say, where they're supposed to suck the life out of your soul. Apparently they were written by K Rowling based on depression that she suffered, and that's a pretty damn accurate explanation. So if you don't know what she says about them, look it up, or I'll put it here if I figure out how to. And that is it. That's what that front door felt like. That front door was saying to me, don't go outside. Never go outside. So anyway, it takes me 15 minutes to open that front door. And no idea why. So I get open the front door, I walk down the path, and my legs are like jelly. And we've got no front gate, so I just wander out into the street to head towards the tube. And again, everything is swirling around me. My legs are like jelly and they're tingly. My stomach feels like it's going to explode. My heart is beating fast. My head is killing me. And I have no idea why. So the train station's about a 10-minute walk away. So I make it to the train station. Lord only knows how. I don't remember leaving the house by that time. I'm just at the train station. So I'm like, pull it together. You're opening the shop today. You've got to get in. You've got the keys. Put it together, get there, get the day done, see how you feel tomorrow, go to the doctors, whatever. So I'm standing on that tube's platform and I feel so awful. And I see the tube coming and my first thought was just to jump in front of it. And I hate to say it like that. I don't want to belittle suicide or anything like that, but I felt so awful in my brain for no reason that I thought I need to stop this feeling. And it's an awful thing. It's a horrible thing. There's people out there that suffer from all sorts of mental disorders and depression and bipolar and all of them. And unless you've suffered in some way from those things, you don't know that feeling. And that was the first time I'd ever felt that feeling where I could fix everything that was wrong in that moment by no longer being. It's horrible. And for me, that was my first taste of that. I'd always been quite happy and quite lively. I'm still quite happy and quite lively. I'm not a sad person. It's not being sad. It was just, I felt so wrong that it was just the quickest way to fix things. Anyway, I managed to clearly I managed not to go in front of the tube train. But I got on the tube train and I was like, well, I have to get to work, I have no idea why I was so obsessed with getting to work. It was just all part of it. Maybe getting to work made me feel that everything would be fine when I got to work, normality. So I get on the tube and it was the worst tube journey of my life. I just need, every time that tube's door closed, I felt like I was going to explode. I felt like I was trapped forever and that tube was never going to move and I was going to be stuck there forever and I was going to die. I was going to die. But by then I think it was year 2000. So I was 20. 20. And I've been on the tube about 40 billion times. The tube is the only way to travel. You don't drive, you don't walk, you cycle or you take the tube. There's no point getting a bus because you don't get anywhere. But so I've been on a tube a billion times, but this time the tube was going to kill me. I was on that tube and I wasn't going to get off, and I'm going to say tube one more time just because. And I wasn't able to get off. Those doors closed, that feeling came back in. That feeling that I was trapped forever, everything would start swimming, and no idea. Now, I've not done a journey for an awful long time, probably since around the year after, maybe 6 months after that, when I basically gave up the tube. But I think it was around a dozen stops to work, and increasingly, every stop it got worse. The doors would open and there was almost instant gratification. A big sigh. Whew, the doors open again. Let's go for another one. the doors would close, my world would go black. So anyway, got into work, was not a good day for me. I felt crap. My heart was beating fast all day, I felt dizzy, couldn't figure out why. The closer it ticked to home time, the worse I felt. I locked that shop up that night and I didn't know what I was going to do. I just wanted to curl up right there in the shopping centre and sleep. All this time I was hiding it from everyone. I was hiding it from my co-workers, I was hiding it from my girlfriend, because she was also a co-worker of mine at the time. So I was hiding it from her, and I was hiding it from my co-workers. And yeah, it was just awful. Long story short, I basically done the journey home the same way I'd done the journey there. And when I got home, the sense of relief as I opened that front door and got back into my house was unbelievable. I mean, honestly, I don't think I can describe the sense. The sense of my world falling apart as I was leaving was completely reversed as I opened that door to get back in the house. And that just done nothing but reinforce the next morning's leaving the house, which was another magnitude above that day. But I've been going on for way too long, so I will move on with this chat. I will try to bounce around in my story a bit more so that you don't get the boo-hoo story all the time. There's other things I'm going to discuss. There's the past, the present, now. There's the various methods that I used to get to places at the time and now. And hopefully we will continue to have these candid chats where I just sit here and chat and talk to the camera. Do a lot of stuttering and thinking, but I'm taking notes, but I'm trying to do it in more of a I'm talking to you way. But I'm also going to do a bunch of skits, some more humorous things, because you do need the light with the dark. That was quite dark. It was a dark time, but there's been light along the way. I mean, you don't want to go to a party. It's a damn good excuse that you can't leave the house. I mean, you can get away with not going to a lot of stuff you don't want to go to. A lot of work meetings can be got out of because you can't get there. And it's not fake, it's true, you can't get there. But you know, so there are high points as well as low points. I'm going to try and make next Sunday's video a bit more humorous. Throw in a couple of little skits, do some bad acting. But hopefully next week we'll concentrate on something a bit more exciting. So again, if you want to keep hearing the story, subscribe, hit the little bell so you know when I upload, but I'm going to do my best to make it Sundays. Follow me on Twitter, which will be at the end of this video. Follow me on Facebook, which is the end of this video. So get in the comments, chat with me, talk to me. We had great feedback from the last video. Yeah, I'm not professional, so I just want to talk to you. But we had feedback on the last video from people I know, people I don't know. Had good response on Twitter and Facebook, and all I can say is thank you very much. And it really helps if you subscribe, and hit the little bell and continue to watch my videos. I will carry on the story as best I can. If you feel you want to hear something in particular sooner rather than later, because we've got 20 years to catch up on here, if you feel there's something you want to hear sooner rather than later, or there's anything particular you want me to talk about, let me know. Comments, Facebook, Twitter. There's also a website where I transcribe these videos for people that don't want to watch videos. It does happen. So go to braininthedustbin.com, I think. I should know this. And I transcribed these videos there, but it also means you can hit me at my email, which is hello@braininthedustbin.com, and that will come straight to me and I'll reply to you. Again, if you're a medical professional, you want to get involved, by all means, I'll verify that you are a medical professional, and let everyone know. And if you just want to tell your story, or even talk with me, or even appear in one of these videos, let me know, and I'm more than willing. But until next time, I've been Mike Bishop, and my brain is still in the dustbin, and I will catch you next Sunday. Bye bye.